Welcome back, everybody, to event number 11, the special event for today, the showcase event, actually. It's called 1 Noob versus 3 Pros event. I'll let you guys figure out who the noob is in just a moment. Casting with me is my friend, good friend Blastingcap, and I will also be your cameraman today. How's it going, Blastingcap?
It's going fantastic. How about yourself, man?
It's going pretty good, man. I'm really excited for this race. So, would you like to introduce our first 2 players?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I'd like to introduce my boy Gucci Pradas, the Latino hurricane himself, the world-renowned racer. I'm really looking forward to seeing his gameplay tied with DeadandDoom, which is the other player I'd like to introduce, because their team dynamic is going to be insane. And I think Nugiyen rounding it up as the team base, the team anchor. I think the pro team has got this on lock. I think it's going to be fantastic to watch. So.
You see, I don't know if the pro team has this on lock. So CuteDog is our quote-unquote noob for this event. I'm gonna go over his gear real quick. It's a shocker. So starting at level 1, he has Gold Rim, 2 Life Sprigs, 1 with Culling Strike, Latonial Caress, 7 League Step, 3 Quicksilver Steps, and he has a +1 Corrupted Skin to Loyal, so a total of +2, linked with Freezing Pulse, Onslaught, Arcade Surge, and Fire Trap. Like, when you see that, what's your first reaction?
Unfair.
Unfair, yeah. I feel like the pros have no chance at all. So if we move on forward, at level 6, or level 5, my apologies, he changes his Arukutiki for a career ward with 5% movement speed corruption. Next up, level 6, he gets 2 Screaming Eagles, one of them with a Culling Strike corruption for his faster in-time movement speed and Culling Strike on bosses. Level 8, he gets a Worm's Molt. At level 12, he gets Dodra's Tenure for more damage and Abereth's Hooves, switching to just running around and not even attacking anymore. Level 16, he gets Herald of Ice, and he gets Herald of Thunder and 3 perfect roll Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline. In the Abereth's Hooves, he has added Cold, added Lightning, and a little area here he actually has increased critical strikes instead of the Onslaught gem. Furthermore, at level 20, he has Belt of the Deceiver. I don't think he got a corrupted one, unfortunately. But he also has a Barracks Grip and a Barracks Respite for even more damage and more leech. Level 24, he now has a Dodra's Tenure corrupted with Elemental Weakness on hit. So he's min-maxing. Keep going. He now has the Griffin, which I haven't even heard of that item before, which I believe is the upgraded Screaming Eagle. I don't remember what that gives exactly. But maybe you can enlighten me on that later on. Also with the Culling Strike Corruption. Keep on going. At level 38, he has the Gull. Every time you kill a mob, every 20 seconds, you get an extra shrine to buff up your clear speed. And then the big one. Oh, it's not really that big, but it's the big one. At level 40, he has a Headhunter. So he is ready. How are you feeling now, and who's going to win this race?
Listen. Just because the odds are stacked against the pros, I still have faith. All right, I still have faith. Don't worry, they got this.
They got this. I don't know, saying they got this will be enough, but we shall find out. Looks like CuteDog is actually the first to enter. Lion Eyes Watch. The pros have fallen behind. I don't know what's going on right now. He even has Llama coaching him in the background. He's taking out his items perfectly prepared beforehand. He already knew which spots to control click. I am really scared for the pros right now. Nugi's still in Twilight Strand. Maybe he is the dude for all we know.
I don't know. When I was watching the pros last time, they were a little bit quicker than this. I'm not sure. They're slowed down right now or what? They've changed up their strats possibly as well since last time I saw them.
Indeed, Nugi may be the anchor for the team, slowing them down.
I think so. maybe
Possibly tilted by poor showing the last Sion Malachi event. Looks like they're actually going for a triple mule. Interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting strat. Triple mule? Huh.
I'm not sure why you would mule in a party race. It's quite odd.
Yeah, I could understand one, but all 3? I'm curious to see how this plays out. They didn't do this last time. This is a completely new strat that they didn't debut yesterday. So
exactly, it will make all their characters very strong. So an update as the rules for this race: the pros do not have any death penalties, and CuteDog has a death penalty of 4 minutes per death. Just because it's pretty much impossible for the pros to catch up. They have to like go like level 20, level 30 Kitava, or it's over. They stand no chance at all.
Right, and I think that's a fantastic change, because yesterday when CuteDog was practicing, he died 3 times on Kitava, and he only had a 2-minute penalty, and I think it should have been a little bit more severe. So I think this gives the pros a little bit more of a chance.
Exactly. CuteDog in a very solid lead, rocking the MTX game. He's like rank 1 right there. Llama's coaching him, pointing where to go on the minimap, telling him, hey dude, you missed one of the shells, go back and get it.
Wait, is he breaking the rules now with Mr. Llama coaching him IRL? Is this against the rules, Havoc?
It's technically allowed. There's no rule against it. Like, you could have a guy in Discord with you, like, helping you out. So, what's the difference between IRL and, like, voice in your ear? So
I guess it's just next level strats by CuteDog. I'm impressed. MTX on game already. Mr. Llama coaching him in person. And he has a pretty solid lead. This is looking pretty good for CuteDog. I don't know. The pros need to step it up. Hopefully, they can start speeding it up pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely. The pros need to get some MTX going too. They just got them red shirts, and I don't think the red shirt on its own is gonna cut it. They don't even have pets. Like, look at CuteDog's pets. If I saw those, I'm like, oh man, this guy's a badass. Like, I do not even want to fight him. Yeah,
you get 20% movement speed each pet you have. So I mean, I don't know what the pros are doing.
Yeah, think about it. They could have 6 pets. It's like 6 times 20, 120 movement speed. They'd be flying through these zones, man. They could definitely outdo the 7 league steps from CuteDog.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm watching Gucci Pradas right now, and he's doing what he needs to do. He's actually moving quite quickly here, kind of leading the group. I see Nugiyen kind of trailing behind a little bit. I'm not sure. He's catching up now, but
CuteDog is already in ledge, halfway through. They're in mud flats. They did mule. I don't know why they muled. They just guess they wanted to be really strong. I imagine there's going to be a lot of leap slamming and a lot of sundering happening very soon. They're probably going to all spec, only attack speed, no life nodes, since there is no death penalty in this race.
So the pros, to repeat that, pros have no death penalty.
No death penalty.
CuteDog gets a 4-minute death penalty.
4-minute death penalty per death. And the race is to Act 5 Kitava. There's no lab. They don't have to do any trials. Maybe CuteDog will style on them. He'll do lab on top. We'll see. But he seems to be in the zone right now.
Oh yeah, and to be prepared, like to mention that CuteDog is actually taking this really seriously. I've been watching him the past couple of days practice this, and he's not just relying and being complacent on his gear to carry him. He's putting in the work to min-max his times on top of having this OP gear. So I just want to put it out there that he's not just relying on his gear to carry him.
Exactly. He's not solely relying on Mr. Llama either. I've seen him do at least 2 or 3 practice runs so far. He really wants to win because he wants to say, hey, I beat DeadandDoom and Gucci and Nugiyen. He wants to say he's beating the best out of the best. I
mean, honestly, who wouldn't want to say that? You know, that's some of the best in the game. And you could be like, yeah, I beat. It only took how many exalts? Let's put this in perspective for people who are watching. How many exalts is CuteDog's leveling gear worth right now?
Do you include Headhunter in that value? It's Headhunter's like 100 plus exalts on softcore, right?
Yeah, it's like 90 to 100 right now. So we'll include the Headhunter because obviously he's going to use it. So
yeah, I don't really know software prices on top of my head, but I'd imagine at least 10x in leveling gear. I don't know if you've been playing the league. Maybe you can give some more insight on this.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So the Headhunter alone is worth, 100. We'll say 95. The Skin of the Loyal, that's what, 20-25x?
Oh my.
The colors that he's using. The corruptions on his gear, the Aberrath hooves, all this and the other. I'm saying probably like 140, 150, wow. 200. Yeah, it's insane the type of leveling gear that he has. So just put that in perspective for people who might not know the prices of what CuteDog's actually wearing.
That's pretty crazy.
Probably 150 to 200, yeah.
So we'll find out, does skill trump gear? One player, 140 exalts, 3 other players playing in a party self-found. We'll see who wins.
Now, talk a little bit about the pros here. I've been watching them yesterday. I was doing my research and watching them do a couple runs, and they are min-maxing their strats as well. They had a first run. It was all right. They're about 20 minutes behind CuteDog's 130. And they're like, okay, let's see what we can do. And they shaved off another 15. So if the thing is with the pros, they have to be on point. They cannot mess up. One little slip up, one little, disagreement, or somebody messes up, but the whole team goes down.
Yeah, it's
they
very
have
easy
to be
tell.
on point. Yeah.
Looks like Nugiyen has given his extra quicksilver to DeadandDoom. DeadandDoom will be the runner right now for the group. I imagine Gucci and Nugiyen will just be farming XP while DeadandDoom, probably the best or the strongest in their group layout-wise, will be trying to get to Brutus as fast as possible. CuteDog already at Brutus. Oh my.
Yesterday when they're practicing, DeadandDoom was the runner of the group, while Nugiyen and Gucci would farm and try to get. Another big thing for the group I want to bring up is portal scrolls. They're definitely going to be hogging them and looking for them. That was a big thing when I was watching them yesterday. TP scrolls.
Very important. CuteDog actually getting lost on the way to Brutus. He's got to up that layout game knowledge, because that's the one thing that's going to hinder him. Let's count how many seconds this Brutus fight takes. Just face tanking him, no problem.
What's your guess on this?
I think that was like under 10 seconds, and he even got a unique off. It doesn't even look. Doesn't even look at what the unique is. He is in the zone. Not even pulling out the kiss cams right now.
Oh, that is this is unfair.
It is very unfair. Noogie opening up the tutorial while racing. I would not recommend it. You should read the tutorial before the race. I wonder what the unique was. I'm kind of curious.
I know, yeah. I want to know what that unique was. He didn't even look. That's how OP CuteDog is right now in his gear. He doesn't even need to look at uniques. He's like, unique underground? Fine. I don't care. I don't need it. I have a headhunter sitting in my inventory ready to be used. Like,
exactly. He says if he needs money, he just sells the headhunter. He's just made out of headhunters. He has headhunters and headhunters in his headhunter's bank account. So
he skins his headhunters with headhunters. That's what his
card just to save stash space.
Yeah, absolutely. Min-maxing, man. Got it.
Exactly.
So I'm watching Gucci right now. I see him essentially just farming for XP. Nothing really too amazing right now, but I'm watching DeadandDoom as well. He's actually speeding along. He's doing really well. DeadandDoom is putting in the work. He's on pace. It's the best. I mean, without the twink gear, he's going really fast. So.
Yeah, 9 minutes to enter climb is not bad considering they did mule. It is a bit slow, like overall in general terms of like, because they basically need a perfect run, like 100% perfect run. So it's not the best. I'm curious if they'll have some crazy strategies like in the bag to like maybe pull this one out.
I don't want to ruin any surprises, but in Act 3, they have some stuff up their sleeve. I was watching one of their runs yesterday, and it was quite cool. Like, I didn't even think of this. So Act 3, they might bust out some cool strats. I'm not going to ruin anything just yet.
I'm definitely excited to see that, because they could mostly save a lot of time in Act 2 and Act 4, whereas in Dresso and Comb and the two different routes in Act 2, so you'd save a lot of time.
Exactly. Now I'm watching. Now I'm switched over to CuteDog, and he is barreling along like nobody's business. It's quite impressive. This gear is, and it's not just his gear though. He knows where he's going. He got lost a couple times, and especially the Brutus was just kind of. Other than that, he's not a pro racer. You know, he's a veteran player, but he's not renowned as his racing skills. Like, people don't know him as a racer, so he's doing quite good for a novice racer, I think.
Exactly. I would like to note one thing. Before this race event started, CuteDog actually requested Rise QT, because he apparently thinks Rise QT is a racing god. So unfortunately, Rise was not able to make this event, maybe because he was scared of losing to CuteDog. We'll have to delve into that later on. But
interesting.
There's some background info there.
Scared? Rise? No, I can never.
You never know. Rise QT is very strategic like that. Okay, CuteDog is on Merville. Let's see how fast this fight goes down. He's fighting with 2 Screaming Eagles instead of Life Sprigs equipped. That is a mistake. He's losing out a bit of damage. He's just deleting Merville. An 11:30 Merville kill. About to be 12 minutes. It's actually insane. For some reason, he's opting for life nodes. He's just really scared of dying. And he thought he actually beat Merville. And Mom was like, what are you doing? Go back. There's a second phase. Oh my.
It's the nerves, man. The nerves are actually
they're getting to him.
Actually showing some nerves. Mr. Llama in the background even saw the mistake and kind of giving it to him a little bit, but yeah.
Logging out after Merville to min-max the time. I don't know if that's faster, because isn't that technically 2 load screens, but... Oh, he makes a mistake! He made a mistake! He accidentally went to Cavern of Wrath. You see him clearly tilted, clearly mad. That's like 3 or 4 extra load screens now. He is not happy about that. See if that tilts him. Hopefully he can keep his mental composure for the rest of the race.
He's starting to crack. We're starting to see it crack. The nerves are finally getting to CuteDog. Mr. Llama's not adding to Mr. Llama's adding to the pressure. You can see in the background. CuteDog is starting to sweat a little bit. Definitely. This is the pros' time. This is the pros' time to take advantage of CuteDog starting to make mistakes already. If they're going to catch up, this is the time.
Exactly. DeadandDoom getting to Brutus at approximately the 13-minute mark. It's a very respectable time indeed, especially with a mule. But I don't know if it's enough. CuteDog's already in Act 2. He's entering town when DeadandDoom is entering Brutus. They have... I don't know, man. They're going to have to pull some crazy strats.
Listen. You got to keep up. You got to keep the faith, all right? It's not over. It's not over yet. Wait till you see the strats in Act 3. I think it's going to be a game changer. You'll see.
All right, I'll trust you on that. They've tagged Brutus, so this Brutus should almost instantly die here. Waiting for Gucci to load in. Easy peasy kill.
Kind of yeah, it's a pretty easy kill, but wasn't that kind of slow? Would you recommend that, or would you say that was a kind of a slow Brutus kill, or? I think it's actually it was alright. It
was okay. Yeah, it was okay. They could have been like all in town and ready to go in right away. But yeah, they definitely could have improved on that. But honestly, it was fine. Fortunately, DeadandDoom's stream is lagging right now, so we will be seeing a drumstick advertisement. You know, I wouldn't mind a drumstick right now. It does sound pretty tasty.
Honestly, some 7-Eleven does sound pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I think CuteDog could probably have a drumstick after this race. You know, he's probably gonna win in style. Like.
Havoc, what is that guy dressed in? What was that commercial?
I don't know.
Anyways, that was frightening.
Frightening indeed. CuteDog picking up assassination, going for the crit shadow strat. See if that is the correct way for his speed build.
I'm still scarred from that. All right. But yeah, I'm watching DeadandDoom right now. Like I said, I've been watching DeadandDoom and CuteDog essentially, and a little bit of Gucci on the side here. And because I want to focus on DeadandDoom because he's kind of the front runner for the group. He's kind of doing the runs for him, and I'm not noticing many mistakes with DeadandDoom. Honestly, he's putting in about as min-max effort as you can get. So to put that in perspective for people who might not race as much or just watching this for fun, the pros are doing pretty damn good. They're not able to min-max as much better than they are, honestly, at this point. So CuteDog is able to get this far ahead, and the pros really haven't made much of a mistake so far, which is quite scary.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can get a sub 20-minute Merville, hopefully by at least 17-18-minute mark. They are already at the 15-minute mark, so it's not looking promising in that aspect. CuteDog is already in Chamberson's level 2. I am very worried, but you never know what they could do. CuteDog can die, and that could add some additional time. He's actually going the wrong way in Chamberson's too. Does not know the layout. Mistakes like those is what's gonna allow the pros to catch up.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is kind of the inexperience of CuteDog's racing starting to show. But I think the gear is going to help him pass these little small mistakes.
So interesting to note here, looks like he's doing some jump swapping. He's standing still while not swapping. That is a huge mistake. And it appears that he might have just hit level 12, so he now has Abrat Suves on. He doesn't even need to attack mobs anymore. All he has to do is run around and stuff dies. So he's no longer wearing 7 league steps.
Right. And this is what's frightening against the pros, unfortunately, because now this is where CuteDog can really start to gain some time because he doesn't have to stop to attack. He just literally has to run through stuff and they die. So this is where CuteDog, if he was kind of behind or kind of slow, this is where he's going to be able to make up his time. And as of right now, he's way ahead, and he's kind of in speed mode right now.
I'll have to nickel the Harbinger pack for extra XP. He changed his mind halfway through. TPing out this time, has 40 wisdoms and 40 TPs prepared. So I haven't done much leveling with 7 leagues or Abrat Suves. I don't know if you have, but what do you think is better in this scenario?
So I think 7 leagues, if you're not really caring about the XP, and I like 7 leagues a little bit better, but at the same time, hooves are just amazing for the application that, especially what CuteDog is doing. If you have the gear that CuteDog has, even remotely close, I think hooves are the better option. But if you're kind of mediocre gear and you have a pair of 7 leagues, I think I would go with the 7 league steps. Obviously, in CuteDog scenario, I think the Who's are by far the best bet.
Interesting, because I feel like it's kind of hard to choose one over the other because, well, when you have Abra Suze on, you don't have to attack anything, right? So you save that time. But with 7 League, you have an additional 40 MS for a total of 50 movement speed, which kind of makes up for that casting time. I don't know. I feel like your cast speed won't be too high. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super close. But like I said, when you have Abrath Who's and the type of gear that CuteDog has, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. I think you gotta go with Hoove.
Fair enough.
Because the damage output with Hooves on versus 7 league steps is just, insane.
It looks like he even has Skinned Flask, MTX game on point. Oh no, that was just, I think he's on a different character for some reason. He's getting Flask from another character.
Why did he go to another character to get Flasks and he didn't have it ready for the raise?
That is a mistake, and mistakes like these can add up.
So far, we've seen maybe CuteDog make, 3 or 4 kind of minor mistakes, getting lost at Brutus, just switching for Flasks just there. These are small mistakes, and if he keeps doing these, it's eventually going to add up. As you can see, the pros are still, they're not even at Merville yet, so...
Yeah, 1830 Merville is not... It's pretty fast, but it's not ideal for what they need to beat CuteDog. They needed like a 17-16 minute Merville. They needed something insane.
Right.
I am a bit worried for them right now.
Likewise, but I think in Act 3, the pros will be able to make up some time. And when I was doing my research and I was watching CuteDog yesterday, he did die to Kitava 3 times. He died once pretty instantly, and then he kind of panicked and died 2 more times to kind of silliness into Kitava. And that's 12 minutes added to his time. So if I were the pros right now, I would be hoping CuteDog dies, essentially, if they want any type of shot here.
The pros got to play well, and CuteDog has to play poorly, and that's basically what has to happen for the pros to win in this scenario.
Yeah, because at first I was like, yeah, maybe the pros can do it. They got some strats. They've been working really nice. They're finally at Merville now, but CuteDog's already in Act 2. He's pushing what now? He's going to Western Forest, I think? Yeah.
Yep, he's already completed Chamber of Sins. So one thing I'd like to note here, when the pros tagged Merville, all they needed to wait for was the phase change. DeadandDoom did not have to actually attack Merville once to tag it as one player. So they're able to zone in early and all DPS her properly. CuteDog, he is almost in Western Forest. Seems to be a bit lost in Riverways, proving troublesome for him because he doesn't have Flame Dash equipped. That's why. I imagine he has level 10. He needed level 12 for Who, so he's missing his Flame Dash right now.
That's a pretty big mistake, and this is like the 6th mistake for CuteDog, and he's still this far ahead.
It's probably the biggest mistake so far.
I concur, absolutely. But just put this in perspective. He's made 6 mistakes, 2 pretty major, minor-ish, medium-ish, and the pros have been doing pretty damn good. They haven't made much mistakes at all, and they're still this far behind. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, 20-minute Merville is definitely respectable. Could be faster by a couple minutes, so now in Act 2 is where we're going to see them save a lot of time. One player is going to go right to Sins, one player is going to go left to Weaver, one player is going to go to Oak right away. They can split up all the bandits, and this is where they might catch up. We might see them caught up by Ball Ruins.
Honestly, I think the pros, as Fikar mentioned in chat, I think they should have had a sub 20-minute Merville.
I agree. There's some reason they did all 3 of the muled. I don't know why. It seemed very odd to me, especially in a party race. You don't really want a mule. You can save those extra 2 minutes. I
didn't understand the 3 mule. They didn't do that yesterday. They didn't have a 3-person mule. I don't understand the strategy behind that. Maybe, when we do interviews later, we can ask about that. It's something I definitely want to inquire about. But I still don't understand the rationale behind that, unless somebody else does. But that's definitely confusing to me.
Exactly. Maybe they just know something we don't. Maybe we are the noobs.
We are the noobs. They are the pros for a reason. So maybe there's some secret strat. But I'm watching Gucci now. They're just getting into Act 2, essentially.
DeadandDoom level 12, Gucci level 12, Nugi almost level 12, right to Sunder, having flashbacks of last race, being the last hit level 12. Sunderingly, he just hits 12 right now, probably going to immediately swap to Sunder. Goes to town to do that, and probably make his own instance to farm up. CuteDog entering the Riverways. I believe he just killed Weaver. He's going to kill Oak right now, I'd imagine. He's done since. Maybe he opts to go through the Val Ruins first, all the way to Cavern before doing Bandits. Let's see what he does.
It's kind of a weird play for CuteDog. I don't understand why he's doing that. Let's see how it plays out, honestly.
You need level 15, I believe, for Val Ruins, and I think it's level 16 or 17 for Northern Forest. I'll have to double check on that. So it's definitely recommended to do Bandits before.
Right, absolutely. Now, what Bandits do you think?
He just helped Oak. He just helped Oak, actually. So he's actually already done Kraden and Alira. So he is very far ahead.
Holy, wow. Yikes. The pros seriously need to step it up somehow, some way. Or this, because the gap is just getting exponentially bigger at this point. Exactly.
CuteDog just hit level 16. He's equipping his 4 or 5 lane Carol's. Look like 2 4-lane Carol device and Help Thunder.
Why help Oak though? Let's just backtrack real quick, Havoc. Why help Oak?
Let's see. 1% life regen, 1% life regen, 2% fizz reduction, and 20 fizz damage. Okay, it's all kind of useless for him. Life regen, maybe I can kind of see.
Life regen, I can kind of see maybe for Lab if he's worried about like trap. If he doesn't have to do Lab, I don't understand. I don't understand. You would think maybe go for the passive points or maybe a Lyra for the res. Maybe he's just helping Oak because it's the fastest.
Yeah, it could just be faster to do that. Would 2 skill points into move speed nodes be faster? It's hard to say. Maybe he just knows better than us. Or he's practiced it and this was what he felt was the best option. So he did take time to apply the MTX. MTX is power in PoE.
Yikes, that's kind of like the PoE version of teabagging at this point, I think.
Oh.
I mean, let's be real. If you're stopping mid-race to put MTX on, that's kind of swag, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's feeling pretty cocky right now. He's definitely very comfortable.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So last time we saw CuteDog participate in a race, he got very lost in Val Ruins. Hopefully he remembers zigzag or curve this time, and he runs it well. So it seems like he doesn't remember it yet. Mr. Llama, not a racing veteran, so you can't give him too much advice here. See if he can figure this layout out. It doesn't look like he will do it. I even opting to skip the box. He's kind of already tilted, skipping another box. The XP would definitely help for Kitava. And he finds the ball after a couple dead ends.
I thought this was to be a spot where the pros might be able to catch up a little bit because this area can be tough. A lot of dead ends, a lot of twists and turns to actually find the ball to get out of here. But he found it relatively quick, and because of his movement speed and his 3 perfectly rolled Quicksilvers of Adrenaline, he was able to make quick work of the zone and get right into Northern Forest. Quite impressive. That was much faster than I thought it was going to be. Yeah,
it was very crazy. So normally a very good time for just any progression type of race. If you want to go super fast, you're looking at like sub 30 Val Ruins enter. He's at the 25-minute mark, and he's already halfway through Northern Forest with a diamond shrine. How lucky is that? Oh my god.
Oh my. Can he get more luckier with that shrine? Other than getting the haste shrine, what else are you going to get that's going to be able to be better than this? That's Jesus, man. That is unfair. This is
it's pretty unfair, yeah. It's like the rich get richer type of thing, you know?
Basically. Yeah, absolutely. At this point, this is the pros. Seriously, I keep saying this, but they really need to step it up at this point. They need not a miracle. We're not that point yet, but yikes! They definitely need CuteDog to either rip here or make a mistake, get lost, something.
Yeah, they definitely. Mr. Llama. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking they might need a miracle at this point.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, maybe their secret strat is to call Mr. Llama and be like, hey, Mr. Llama, can you like spin CuteDog's chair around real quick? Like spin it around like 3 times, get him disoriented. Maybe that is their secret strat.
That could be the strat. You know, it is September. It's half off subscribers this month. Maybe all 3 other streamers using their subscriber money and offering that to Mr. Llama to negatively impact CuteDog's race. We'll have to ask that in the interview later on. And as I speak of the devil, CuteDog gets a subscriber. Looks like Mr. Llama is doing the kiss cam for him. So it's definitely on CuteDog's side right now, or so it seems.
He is definitely feeling himself at this point. CuteDog knows he's ahead by quite a bit. And he is doing kiss cams, essentially. He knows he has a big lead right here.
Getting a bit lost in the cavern zone. This is a very annoying zone for even pro racers. It's kind of RNG to it, and the dead ends can be very brutal. Let's see if CuteDog pulls this out. And he sees the exit. So looks like it'll be an easy find. Oh, but another big dead end. You can see the exit, but you have to go like all the way around. So
right,
very frustrating zone.
Nugi's
Oh my god!
Nugi's waiting at Oak. Everybody else is doing their respective bandits right now. So I mean, the pros really do have a good strat. Like they can't really do this much better. I think. I mean, other than not getting sub 20 Merville kill, I'm not really seeing too many mistakes on their end. Do you?
I believe they're doing pretty well. It's very optimal. They're tagging bandits properly. To tag bandits, you just need one player to talk to the bandit beforehand, and other two players can zone in before you start the fight. So they've done that. Looks like they know the layout for this wetlands instance, so they got a good layout here. They should find the exit pretty fast. So they're only a couple of zones behind. Let's see if being in a party will allow them to catch up.
I think when it comes to Act 3, being in a party is going to start to show its benefits, honestly. But just to touch on the layout CuteDog is dealing with, that was a pretty nasty layout that he just had to deal with. So.
Yeah, I would be very mad if I got that layout. I would not be happy at all.
Yeah, me neither, man. Me neither. That was a frustrating layout. And imagine if you didn't have the movement speed that he has, dude. That would have been
even worse. Yeah. So it wasn't too bad since he has the move speed to make up for it. He has 3 perfect adrenaline quicksilvers.
They're always up. He always will have a quicksilver at the ready, which is pretty OP.
Exactly. CuteDog is already at Vol. The big giant MTX portal give him extra power. Let's see how fast this fight is. Looks like he even has people from chat helping him out. People letting him know they're party up. They're only a couple zones behind. The pressure is definitely on.
The pressure, we might see the nerves start to crack. We may see CuteDog sweat a little bit. You never know. But look at this kill on Vol. He's essentially going to be dead in what? 12 seconds? What is this?
After it comes up, yeah, I could imagine that. 29:38. Oh my.
Wow. Put that in perspective, most casual racers or amateur-ish racers were just beginning to Merville and killing her at that point. And that would be respectable. And he was already killing Vol into Act 3, 90-minute to 30-minute mark. That's absurd.
Choosing to log out and reapply the heralds versus TPing out and zoning in. I'm not too sure what's the best. It's probably equal overall.
I probably want to say they're equal. I think they average out. I think maybe that's what he's just comfortable with. He might get a little bit of an edge doing that, but it's tough to say.
Indeed. Nugi also getting a sub. I feel like CuteDog is also winning the sub game right now. I've seen a lot more kisses coming from Llama than some dances from Nugi. Where are they right now? The pros are in Vol Ruins. They are still in Vol Ruins. They were just in wetlands. I feel like they are falling behind and choking. 30 minutes is a super respectable time for a Vol Ruin enter, but they need to be in Northern soon. They need to be in Act 2 very soon. CuteDog is super far ahead. I think it was what, a 29:38 Vol kill? Put that into perspective. A pro will get a 37:38 Vol kill if they're like really lucky and really on time.
Yeah, he's making some unprecedented times right now with this type of gear. Like I said, at this point, I think the pros need to have CuteDog essentially rip at some point. And with his gear, I don't know if it's even possible. He's going to have to really mess up. I think Kitava is going to be the real kind of deciding factor of this race. I think depending on how fast CuteDog kills Kitava, and if he dies multiple times to him like he did last time, I mean, other than that, I don't see how the pros are going to be able to catch up here.
Yeah, I'm very worried. They get a 3140 Northern Forest enter. I don't know if that will be enough in this scenario. DeadandDoom does have his cleaver just crafted right now. He has his leap slam, he has his sunder. I don't believe he's level 18 yet, but once he has that, he definitely will be leap slam sundering at optimal speeds. Has the best link so far out of the party from what I can tell. Both Nugi and Gucci are sitting on 2 links, while DeadandDoom is on 3 link. He is probably the carry for the party right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't notice if the group has been feeding any gear to DeadandDoom. They were yesterday. I don't know if they've been doing that just yet.
I imagine they are right now, since he's probably their only hope, I'd say. I don't think their only hope, but like a big portion of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but you know, as we all know, that DeadandDoom is one of the best racers at this point, and you know, taking advantage of having him on your team, doing the running while you guys are farming XP and getting portals, which is going to be a major thing for them. I think that's the best strat for them, honestly. I don't think there's much better strats here.
Exactly. DeadandDoom entering the caverns level 17.5. Hopefully he can hit level 18 soon to get faster attacks on his leap slam, increase his mobility by quite a bit. While on the other screen we have CuteDog hitting Piety right now. Rise QT, close your eyes if you're watching. See how fast it takes on Piety. That was literally instant. I blinked and Piety was dead. What? Where'd you go? Okay, Rise, you can open your eyes.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous at this point. Wow. Okay, I'm about to say it's gonna take a miracle now, man. I think we're at that point, Havoc. I was trying to hold out hope for them with the pros, but yeah.
It's good to have hope sometimes, but like I think we gotta sometimes be a bit realistic. Like the elephant's in the room. It looks impossible, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's trying to be optimistic, half glass full type of guy, but when you still haven't even killed Vol and CuteDog's killed Piety in Act 3 in Crema, that's a huge gap. And like I said, the gap just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Exactly. I feel like they really need to take advantage of their no death penalty. They could literally have someone spec'd only into attack speed nodes, just pure leap slamming. He doesn't have to kill any mobs, all he has to do is leap slam. They only need like one player to kill Kitava, that's all they need. Just need to get one guy to run, just leap slam everything, like level 10, 18, whatever you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Push
I
on
see
ahead.
what you mean, but I don't even know if that would be worth it, dude. I don't know if it'd be worth it. Would it be enough? I don't know.
I think they have no choice. That being said, killing mobs does increase your clear speeds, and it does gives you frenzy charges and fast charges to continue to leap slam faster. So, will that strategy work? It's hard to say. We need someone to test it to find out. The mobs are also very sketchy later on, so you kind of have to kill them too. It's very hard to just skip all the mobs, which CuteDog can essentially do with Abraz. Pros entering Ancient Pyramid. CuteDog is entering the marketplace. He has us in the bag. Like,
oof. I don't even know what to say at this point anymore. This is starting to become like a slaughter at this point.
It is a slaughter.
It was going to be this bad. Like, I was watching both practice yesterday, you know, and comparing the two, and CuteDog had about a 20-minute lead. But I think this run that CuteDog's doing with the pros in their run, I think it's going to be bigger than 20 minutes.
Oh my. DeadandDoom going down to 20 HP on the other screen. Scary Harbinger and Puncture Pack there in the Ancient Pyramid.
Yeah, that was a pretty unlucky combination that DeadandDoom had to deal with. But like I said, he's putting in work right now. I've been watching him quite a lot as of right now, and I'm seeing like his pathing is great. His leap slamming is on point. He's just, yeah, I don't see how he can min-max this any better.
Do you think CuteDog will do the Labyrinth to just BM the other players and show his dominance?
You know what? I wouldn't put it past him at this point. If he's putting on MTX in the middle of a race just to virtually BM and teabag the other team, I think he might do lab because he's that far ahead.
Definitely.
And knowing CuteDog's personality, I would not put it past him.
I would not put it past him either.
For the lulz. Yeah,
I see people in his chat right now saying do trials and lab just to be let's see if he goes for the showboating or if he goes for the win. We'll find out soon enough. So I'm actually kind of wondering, assuming CuteDog's going to win 100%, what do you think he's going to say in his victory speech?
He's probably going to number one, he's probably going to say that he didn't disrespect any women today. I think that was going to be his number one response. According to his card, he doesn't disrespect women. So I think that, and then he's going to probably thank Mr. Llama for giving him back massages during the entire race. And then from there, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with all of those. He'll probably call himself an ARPG god. He's definitely going to twist this race somehow to say he is the best racer of all time. And then tactically not participate in any future races to say he's undefeated or something like that in all pro events.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that as well. He could be like, yep, on my resume, I've beaten Nugi, Gucci, and DeadandDoom. I don't need to race anymore. I am the ARPG god. And he will retire only doing this race. Undefeated.
Undefeated indeed. Well, technically he is defeated in this streamer event.
That is true. I mean, that is true.
But if you look at just pro events, quote unquote, he's technically undefeated.
He's the Floyd Money Mayweather of racing right now.
Exactly. Exactly. The pro's taking down ball at the 37-minute mark, approximately. Dropping a quicksort blaster. Looks like they're ready to just leap slam Sunder. Hopefully they can pull off some of these secret strategies you were talking about earlier. So now that we are at Act 3, do you want to maybe mention them?
Well, in Act 3, essentially what they're going to do, this is why the portals are coming in handy. They're going to be doing TPs to let try to get waypoints and things of that nature and be able to split up the work. One gets the busts, one does this and that. So they're going to split up the workload to try to min-max a lot of the running that the group is going to have to do in total. I don't know if they're going to do this. They were doing it yesterday when I was watching, and it was quite efficient. So I don't know if they're going to do that again. They might have changed up strats because, like I said, they didn't do this 3 mule thing yesterday. So they might have a different strat altogether, but hopefully they don't, because their Act 3 strats yesterday were on point. I was quite impressed. So if they're going to make up time, I think Act 3 is going to be it. But man, oh man, they need to make up a lot of time at this point.
Yeah, Act 3 and Act 4 is definitely going to be some big time saves. I don't think there's any in Act 5. It's just one way all the way through. There's not really any alternate areas to go to.
Right, absolutely. I think Act 3 and Act 4 is where being in a party is going to be beneficial for them. But Act 5 really isn't laid out too great for like taking advantage of a party play. So I think Act 5 is where CuteDog will be able to gain some ground yet again, if at this point, even if he needs to. But
exactly,
he might need to gain some ground in Act 5 if he does decide to do lab. But knowing how serious CuteDog is taking this race, I don't think he's going to do lab. I
don't think he will either.
He doesn't want to take the metaphorical foot off the throat type of deal. I think he's going to keep going for it and show no mercy.
Exactly. So I have a Twitter feed coming in from someone named Breaketh1 at Havoc616. Did you invite CuteDog so you could bash them? I mean, literally, this was the point of having a non-pro. You're making yourself look like an ass. So I would like to make this clear. This event was actually CuteDog's idea because he wanted to demolish the pros and show them who's boss. You think you're an ARPG god? I am an ARPG god. So I'll let you guys tweet back at that guy for me.
Damn. It was his own idea.
Exactly.
Damn. To be fair, out of the race events, this was the most interesting because of the rule set. It was very cool to. Obviously, we kind of knew CuteDog is going to have a major advantage, but watching both practice yesterday, I thought this would be a little bit closer.
I definitely thought this would be a lot closer, indeed.
Absolutely. This is way more of a blowout than I think. I don't know if CuteDog did some offline practicing after he went to bed or off stream yesterday. I don't know. He is definitely in rare form right now. You can definitely tell he's put a lot of work into this. He just didn't rely and become complacent, going, "Oh yeah, I have a headhunter and I have this, and this, and this." He's taking advantage of having that gear and really knows what he's doing right now. Exactly,
and showing that his gear will triumph the party play of the other racers.
Now, let me ask you, Havoc, at this point, you're a seasoned racer as well, and I just want to ask, at this point, the pros have to know that they're pretty far behind. I'm looking at Gucci chat, and he's kind of getting updates for some people that, hey, CuteDog is just far ahead. Now, at this point, do you kind of get a little bit let down, a little bit discouraged if you're the pro racers right now?
I mean, it's hard not to, but you have to remember, their time saves are coming soon in Act 4. But it's only going to be a couple minutes there. I imagine CuteDog is going to take maybe 5 minutes per Duresso and Comb. So their pros are only going to say 5 minutes, and they are more than 5 minutes behind. I don't think they have a chance, and very easy to get demotivated right now. I was talking to the pros before the event, and they're basically saying, yeah, we stand no chance. We're going to get destroyed. So they weren't really confident going in, which...
Really?
Yeah, they didn't have that winning mindset. at least for me, like even if like the odds are like not in my favor, I'm gonna like try my hardest no matter what.
So what you're saying is they didn't have PMA.
They did not have positive mental attitude.
See, listen, that's their first mistake. They went into this with a defeatist attitude, and look at the result. Look at what's happening right now. You have to have PMA.
Yeah, CuteDog has been having some private one-on-one Skype conversations with famous Overwatch professional player Taimu. He's been teaching him the ways of positive mental attitude, which is why he's so well prepared for this race.
Mm-hmm. And a mentor of the PMA is also Mr. Llama, which he has IRL right behind him, coaching him, the D2 speedrunner himself, giving back massages to CuteDog to lessen the stress. It's quite amazing to watch.
Indeed. Man, those back massages do sound pretty good right now.
Yeah, no, Mr. Llama, the personal back massager to lessen the stress of racing. Because if you've ever raced before and you just like racing and or watching races, it's quite stressful. Now I just started getting into racing. It's a lot of fun. And let me tell you, it's stressful as hell. It's not easy to do. So everybody there watching right now is putting in a lot of effort. And this is not easy to do because one little mistake and you're screwed. Especially with the pros right now. The pros are under an immense amount of pressure. They cannot mess up. They can't. They're in such a deficit as is because of the gear advantage. They can't mess up. And that stress alone on top of just regular racing on top of that is just insurmountable in my opinion.
I can definitely agree with that. And as we can see, CuteDog has made like what 10 plus mistakes right now, some of them being pretty big, and yet he's 10-20 minutes ahead. It's totally fine. He has it in the bag.
I think one of the most major mistakes CuteDog has made so far was switching characters to get flasks. But that was maybe a 30-second quote-unquote mistake. 30 seconds, that's it. And he's, what would you say right now? I'd say CuteDog's what, 20 minutes ahead at this point?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
44 for Sewer's Waypoint is really good for the pros. I imagine their Dominus will be maybe under an hour. Depends how much they skip. They really need players to start skipping mobs right now at this point.
They had Dominus at, I think, the 58-minute mark yesterday during their second run when I was watching it.
That might actually be a world record for SSF scenarios. So,
yeah, absolutely. Because, like I said, I've been watching the pros right now, and they're DeadandDoom is putting in work. I can't say it enough. Nugi's also putting in a tremendous effort. He's helping out the team. He's able to get the busts and be able to kind of help the team out. Gucci putting in work as well. The entire team is working quite well. And this was kind of a thing I wanted to bring up is team dynamic. Each one of the pros is a great racer and a great veteran player in their own right, but put them in a team scenario, I was wondering the synergy. And so far, it looks to be working quite well. They've worked in a great synergy with each other.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you can't just take, like the best of the best and throw them together and it'll automatically be good. Usually, or sometimes it can work, but synergy is definitely a thing that is very important in party races.
Absolutely. Back in my old veteran Quake days or whatever, you'd throw in some of the best players on a team for like an event and they would get beat by a lesser known team because they have better synergy and captured a flag or something like that. So, same idea kind of happens here in Path where you put in some of the best players, some of the best racers on the same team. They might not mesh very well. Like, who knows? Gucci might not play well in other teams. You know what I'm saying? Like he might be just better solo. So, but from what I've seen, they've definitely done a lot of work with each other and they know what they're doing. They have their own roles. And so it's quite amazing to see.
On that note of being better solo, DeadandDoom did tell me, hey, I think I'd be better solo before this race. So just shows the mindset that he has. He thinks he is that good. He feels like he's being slowed down by his teammates, which I kind of disagree with it because you said they got a 58 Dominus. I have never, ever seen DeadandDoom get a 58 Dominus. So I think that's his ego speaking.
That's kind of what DeadandDoom is known for at this point, though. He has the ego but the thing is, listen, if you have an ego, you need to back it up. And DeadandDoom can definitely back up the ego right now, if you know what I mean. He's definitely a phenomenal racer, has the skill set to back up some type of ego. He's kind of earned that right. You might not like it. It's kind of bad character trait, but he's kind of earned the right, I think. He's one of the best, if not the best racers right now.
Indeed. put into perspective, the pro players basically have to set world records to beat CuteDog. Well, CuteDog could probably make another 20-30 mistakes right now and still be in the lead. He's killing Dominus at the 47 minute mark. People kill Vol at this time. He is so far ahead, showing the strength of his gear. And the strength of his coaching team with Mr. Llama and his preparation.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, the PMA. I mean, that's also a factor in this. Positive mindset. I mean, I think everything is just coming together for CuteDog right now. The gear, the coaching, the PMA, everything. It's tough to beat right now, man.
Yeah, you can't just, skip one or the other, If you didn't have PMA, maybe would have choked when he made a couple mistakes. Didn't have the gear, maybe just would have been really far behind. If you didn't practice, just again, you need everything all together.
That Dominus kill was disgusting. Literally not safe for work at this point. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I blinked my eyes and was like, wait, bye Dominus, bye. Where'd you Dominus
go? Yeah. That was pretty filthy. I think I need to take a shower after seeing that, honestly. That was pretty bad. To put it in perspective, how are the pros going to be able to kill Dominus that quick? They can't. They're still in docks right now.
I think they could get maybe like a 3-second Dominus kill, potentially, if they tag it properly and all zone properly and they have their decorative axes equipped. But to set a world record time, you're most likely not going to be level 29 to equip your decorative. So you need really good crafted arming axes. So decorative axes are level 29, which is you can usually wear that until like level 40, and as I said, they won't be wearing it, so they need a really good arming axe, which is level 25, and they should be able to craft that very soon.
Wow, the ultimate BM right now. The ultimate BM.
Wait, is he doing a trade?
Middle of the race, making a trade. He's literally virtually teabagging them at this point. This is
oh my god.
This is BM.
What did he trade for out of curiosity? Did anyone catch that? Someone's saying it's an 8x trade. It's definitely worth stopping for, and he has the lead to do it at this point. He's laughing on the stream. He knows it.
He knows. He knows he has the lead right now to kind of afford to be able to do this.
Looks like it was a 6-link Vaults Protector for 8x.
Listen, I'd make that trade in the middle of a race, wouldn't you? Money is money, man. You got to earn that money. You got to respect the hustle of CuteDog right now, making a trade during a race.
His second trade coming in. Someone wants to buy his Beachhead Harbinger map for 23 chaos each. Let's see if he opts for this one.
Make the trade for 23C. What is his limit for making a trade? Does it have to be an Exalts? We'll see.
We'll find out. Just like Money Mayweather, he maybe only accepts certain deals.
Absolutely. Look at the Vol kill. Oh my god.
Just runs in circles, easy peasy. It's gone.
This is getting to the point where it's just like, all right, you should just do lab now. Just do lab for the ultimate serious BM. I mean, he could easily afford it. He could go back, do the trials, do lab, and still probably be 10 minutes ahead, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hope if he doesn't do it before Kitava, I hope he does it at least after Kitava, just to show how powerful his preparation is.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, to get back onto the pros, I'm watching their strats right now. They're essentially in Solaris. I don't know how they can improve here. I'm really kind of watching them while we're talking about CuteDog, but I'm watching the pros adamantly. I just don't see any type of way they can really improve right now. They're playing to near perfection. I think the synergy between Nugiyen and DeadandDoom is great right now. They have good strats. It's not like you see this gap and you're just like, wow, are the pros really choking right now? No, they're not. It's just the gear and CuteDog's I guess racing skill at this point. I don't know if you want to call it that, but quite impressive.
Looks like they're all trying to zone into the same zone to kill Grabitious right now. A little bit of delay here. Nugi is just leveling up. Maybe he's behind in XP?
Yeah, he's a little bit behind on XP and he's trying to get an extra level, which he just got. So now he'll be able to get with the group now.
Oh, he didn't even open the bust yet, so it looks like he's skipping the Grabitious call. It's unfortunate. He will not get an Ancestral War Chief unless a teammate buys it for him. So it looks like the stream may have heard our strategies to slow CuteDog down. He's getting spammed with trades right now. Let's see if he opts to take any of them. Maybe skipping out on Gravicious. The pros are Gucci is farming docks, and looks like DeadandDoom is progressing with Naris for the team. I believe he has a portal link.
This is a strategy that they were doing yesterday. They were a little bit faster at this point. I must say they were here at like 49 minutes, so they've got about a 3-minute kind of slowdown, I think, on this run than they did yesterday. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was because of the mule. I don't know. But the run I witnessed yesterday, they did not mule. So I'm curious if that's actually going to come and bite them in the hindquarters. I'm not sure yet.
Exactly. Nugi opting to solo Gravicious later because he believes the War Chief is really important. And he is also progressing 2 Inaris for some reason. Maybe DeadandDoom might get lost or might die on the way, so he's like backup, he's some redundancy just in case. Or he's just XPing. Ideally, he should be XPing in docks right now. Yeah, he's TP's out, probably going to docks right away.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now I'm watching CuteDog again, seeing where he's at. And, you know, we've been kind of saying like CuteDog's made a couple mistakes here and there. Because obviously he's not a pro racer. He's still kind of learning. And he's doing great, by the way. But he hasn't really made too many major mistakes. Like he's doing some BM stuff, obviously, with trades, MTX and stuff. But he's not making too major mistakes anymore. Have you noticed any, like, past maybe since like end of Act 3?
I haven't really noticed many. It's like you can't really even make a mistake at this point. Even if you do, you move so fast that like the percent error out of the overall run, it's like you lose like no time at all. So it doesn't even matter if he does make mistakes. But yeah, he hasn't been making any. He seems to prepare for this. He has this on lock. And he is getting spammed with trades. Let's go full screen there for a second. Look at those trades. See what people are trying to buy right now. Headhunter for 300 exalts, Rage Finger, Opal Ring, 200 exalts. These might not be real trades. I think he knows this, which is why he's decided to just ignore them right now. Someone wants to buy a Wisdom Scroll for, looks like, 100,000 exalts. Probably not real.
It looks like the strategy is not working, unfortunately. He's not taking the bait. Taking no more trades.
Drag and drop Kopojo for 10x. That looks like a real trade. Wonder if he sees that.
So just kind of tuned in a Noogie stream, and the tone of the conversations are looking kind of bleak.
What are they talking about right now?
Well, their demeanor is a little bit down. You can tell that they're getting a little bit defeated a little bit. You can tell the pros are feeling the pressure. Let's just put it that way.
It's another +1 narrative for PMA. Not having PMA for the event is just, I want to say it's costing them. I feel like they have the potential in them to beat CuteDog under these very scenarios, but if they don't think they're going to win before the event, why try?
Exactly. And like I said, the race yesterday, the practice races were 20 minutes apart, and you know, this was only the second practice run for the pros, and they could have min-maxed it even better. So I swear to you, I was going into this event thinking it was going to be close. I honestly thought there'd be maybe a 10-minute difference. Maybe if CuteDog got lost, made some major issues, the pros could win this. But as you can see, this is a pure blowout at this point.
Exactly. The pros are fighting Piety, while CuteDog is fighting Deresso to show the difference right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get to Dominus anywhere close to what they were doing yesterday. Because they're at the 56-minute mark, and they're just killing Piety.
56 is a very excellent Piety kill, but it's not their 58 yesterday, which I believe they would need to repeat to even have a chance. CuteDog with the big $5 donation. I wonder if that will distract him. He has received many subs during this race, attempting to distract him. Potentially paid for by the other streamers. Now
I'm wondering if DeadandDoom actually has a point here. Did DeadandDoom actually do this faster than what the group is doing right now?
You definitely could do a 56 piety solo. It's very difficult, but it's definitely doable. It's a lot more repeatable in a party scenario, I'd imagine. Keeping track of TPs and just like synergizing of who does what and where and like so on, especially in Act 2, can be very difficult early on.
Right. Like I said, when I was watching, they were making a big deal about having enough teleports and make sure to have enough scrolls and this, that, and the others. That was a big factor. And I think with the group, having enough TPs, able to shed a lot of time running to different zones, I think is definitely beneficial. But I'm just trying to figure out if DeadandDoom had a point saying that, you know, everybody's saying, oh, is this his ego? But maybe does he have a point? Can he do this faster without the group, without Nugiyen and Gucci?
I would be honestly amazed if he pulled off a 58-minute solo dominus run. That's actually like nuts. Like literally nuts. Sub 1 hour dominus is honestly insane. So insane. I've repeated like it's insane like 4 times now. It's like it's actually crazy.
Right.
So I want to see him do that. I want to see him back up his word. I don't think it's possible. Maybe it is, but it's nuts.
Do you think if when Hellman returns, he might be able to put up better times? Maybe Garatha? We may see a return of the man, the myth, the legend, Garatha himself.
I think Hellman and Garatha could definitely give DeadandDoom a run for his money, because this is a melee racing meta right now. So I'd say if you're an inexperienced racer, you'd want to go with casters. But once you know item types, you know a lot about PoE, you would start to want to play melee only. You want to leap, slam, sunder, you know, get your Ancestral War Chief Totem going. And Hellman and Garatha are experts in that. Hellman has been playing duelists, and like only duelists for like how many years now? I think Hellman could definitely give DeadandDoom a run for his money.
Absolutely. Instead of the team that we're seeing right now for the pros with Gucci, Nugi, and DeadandDoom, it'd be cool to see maybe a different team composition of like maybe like Crane, Garatha, and Hellman or something, or throw in Waggle in there. It would be cool to see another pro team. Not talking anything about the pro team we're seeing right now because they're all fantastic players in their own right. But
exactly.
I think any team composition you put against CuteDog's type of advantage, I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat this. I really don't.
Yeah, this is a popular event. We can definitely run more events like these. Maybe give CuteDog some additional objectives to make the event closer. But yeah, I'm sure other pros love to form their own team and see if they can also set their own world records.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned in chat, Alkaiser would be definitely cool to see because he's put up some amazing times.
Speaking of Alkaiser, CuteDog and the giant Alkaiser face spam right as you mentioned that, almost on cue.
It's my secret strat.
We've definitely tried to get Alkaiser into these races. He said he's just not ready yet. He's probably preparing mentally for them. He maybe has some secret strats up his sleeve and he just wants to practice it more. Who knows? But we've asked him 3 weeks in a row and he just said, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, knowing how Alkaiser is, he definitely wants to be prepared because, you know, he doesn't want to go into something unprepared, knowing how he is. But it would be cool to see Kraim come back and play this and Garatha and get some of the old legends back into racing. And because these are really fun events. This is definitely different than what GGG would put on. It's much more focused, and I think the rule set are much cooler than what GGG's been putting on. So it'd be cool to see Kraim and all those guys come back.
Exactly.
Definitely see Garatha, Kraim, all of them. But off that topic, I'm still watching CuteDog right now, just barrel ahead.
Yeah, I'm like mesmerized by him. He's running in circles. I'm getting hypnotized. He's killing Comb.
Yeah, he's killing Comb as they're killing Dominus. It's like wow. I'm guessing maybe probably 25 minutes at this point, 30-minute advantage.
I don't know about 30. 30 minutes is a bit high. I think it's a bit high. I'd say closer to 15, 20. So they just killed Dominus at the hour and 1 minute mark. So usually you get Crystal Veins around 8 minutes after that. I think CuteDog has done both. Yeah, so he's done both Dresso and Combs, which probably takes around 5 minutes each approximately. So yeah, he's around 18, 20 minutes ahead, I'd estimate. So he's about to finish Act 4 as they're literally just starting it. Oh my. So some people in chat are mentioning that CuteDog should do the race in hardcore. Or he should play under a hardcore rule set. If he dies once, it's over. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's a really cool idea. I mean, it would make things way more balanced. It would put a lot more pressure on him, and I think it would definitely slow him down because he's gonna have to be more cautious. Because right now, he dies, he loses 4 minutes. You know, hardcore rule set. If he dies, that's game over. So obviously, he's not going to be blowing through content.
Definitely adds a lot more pressure if he's playing on hardcore.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he's not a hardcore player. He's predominantly a softcore player. So I think that's a really, really cool idea. Honestly, I think that is one way to balance this.
The only unfortunate side is, hey, let's say you accidentally dies like Colrick early on or something, then kind of just, okay, the event's over after 1 minute. All right, guys, see you in 4 hours for the next event. So there's one issue with running it under a hardcore rule set.
Right. Or make the death penalty like really significant. Talking like maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe even 20 is fair.
No, absolutely.
CuteDog running through the Piety Beam, taking no damage. So if you run through the Piety Beam, I don't know what the certain rules are for that. You can sometimes take no damage from it, which is a lot safer than standing still and eating it.
Yeah, like I said, with CuteDog's last run, the only time he died was to Kitava, and he was essentially getting one shot. So he panicked, he got one shot, and then he went in, he rushed in, died again, and then died again right after. So I think if this is going to even have a chance, Kitava is going to have to kill CuteDog like 30 times. So, I mean, maybe also one thing to bring up is that CuteDog only has maybe leveled 4 or 5 characters to experience Act 5, right? And when I was watching him, and Gucci was watching this as well, they both noticed that he doesn't really know how to navigate Ossuary very well. And a lot of the Act 5 content, he does get lost in there. You will see that this run, I guarantee it. So maybe he gets severely lost. Maybe the pros are hoping for that, but his navigation skills in Act 5 aren't as good as what you're seeing right now. You'll definitely see a little bit of a drop off, and he will get lost for sure.
Definitely. On top of getting lost, you are kind of getting to the boss rush scenario. He is in the harvest, so we'll be fighting 3 bosses soon, on top of Malachi right after that. This is where deaths can really start to happen, and he can incur those death penalties.
Yeah. And, this is where the gear really shines for CuteDog, boss killing. His movement speed is amazing, and that's really helping him right now. But the boss killing potential in CuteDog's build is kind of like the huge difference between the pros right now. They're going to be able to he just destroyed Dodre like nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to pull CuteDog full screen here to see how fast he kills the next boss. He doesn't even care about the ads right now. These are actually some really scary ads in the zone. The puncture, which he just, I'll just walk with it. I don't really care, it's fine. But you don't have the gear, man. That puncture is like crazy damage. You gotta stop, you gotta potion, you just gotta chill for a bit.
Absolutely. And you can see in the background, Mr. Llama is definitely giving him pointers, telling him where to go. So he has a significant advantage with that. Mr. Llama isn't just there for his good looks. He's actually giving him sound racing advice.
I was just about to mention, man, that smile is beautiful in the background. I was just like, looking at that smile, it's lovely.
I know. But yeah, it's pretty insane how he's... Oh, he made a slight mistake right there. CuteDog made a slight mistake. Not too big of a deal.
Actually went to the wrong instance. I imagine this is going to be 45 seconds in total for this Malachi fight, including phases and everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, CuteDog really, really took this seriously. Practicing the gear and having Mr. Llama in person giving him coaching strats. It's pretty OP.
Stream lagging a bit, but we appear to still be live. Dodges the slam, does not die, has 954 HP and 190 ES. Definitely can tank a one-shot in this scenario. Phase 2 Malachi starting now. Even Mr. Llama has lost a smile. He's just in the game face right now. He's in the zone, making sure CuteDog plays properly. They are both so focused.
But honestly, at this point, can CuteDog even die to Malachi like without making?
He definitely can. He's constantly going to a third to half HP, but he's potioning up correctly to make sure he does not die.
Oh, that damage output. Oh my god. Unreal. And you know, to give CuteDog some credit, he hasn't died yet. Like that's, you know, I expected maybe one rip somewhere, even with his gear, you know, but he's, yeah. And to be fair, the pros haven't died either, which is quite cool. I thought maybe they're going to take advantage of having the no rip penalty, but they're still playing it as if, you know, this was like a hardcore race. So props to them as well for not kind of teasing it that way.
Exactly. Keeping that muscle memory, or I guess what do you want to call it? Psychological memory? Like there's muscle memory, right? But like what do you call that? Like
yeah, I guess muscle memory. I see what you're going for.
Your brain's technically a muscle, so I guess it's technically muscle memory.
Nugi died. That is right. My bad, guys. Nugi did die, but it was only once, and he was the only one of the group who did die. But there's been some close calls. I know DeadandDoom got down to like, what was it, Havoc? Like 20 something HP.
Yeah, 20 HP a couple times. It's been pretty nuts.
Yeah, the Harbinger packs have been a cool addition to these races because they're kind of like the wild card. You run across them, they could be blocking your way through. You have to get through them. And they're rippy as hell when you're racing. So,
the chat is correcting me right now. They're telling me brain is actually not a muscle. So my apologies. They're saying what I was talking about was a mindset or good habits. DeadandDoom actually dying right now in the comb zone. He was really far in. That is... Oh, that was actually Gucci Parza that died. That is a severe setback.
Yeah. Now he has to go all the way back. That's a good 20-second penalty, easily. Gucci is extremely good when it comes to leap slamming, and his speed through maps is unparalleled. Honestly, he's one of the best I've seen, but, you know, that's still easily a 15, 20-second penalty, even with his speed.
Exactly. I mean, but going back a bit to the brain being muscle, I mean, you never deadlift with your brain before? Like, I feel like sometimes, you know, lifting is a lot of a mental game, and isn't that a lot like working out your brain? I think your brain could be considered a muscle. Maybe I'm like technically wrong, but like...
Hold on, let me do some bicep curls with my brain real quick. All right, hold on.
Yeah, you gotta get that mind-muscle connection, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna push my max bench press with my brain. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you get that brain connection, it connects to your chest, and get a solid bench press going.
Oh, dude. At this point, we've officially lost to Havoc because this race, I think, is pretty much over. He's in Act 5. He's going to be going to Ossuary relatively soon.
Why do you think there's a song called Brain Power? Just think about it. It all makes sense now.
My goodness.
Maybe the having to cast twice a day along with setting up and organizing the races has got to me. Who knows? I had to wake up at 4 a.m. this morning to make sure things were set up.
Yeah.
So I usually try to get casters to cast only one race a day.
Jokes aside, though, memes aside, the effort you've been putting in, both yourself, Nugi, and everybody who's been helping with these races, it's pretty awesome to see, honestly.
Thank you, indeed. It looks like the racers have killed, the pros have killed the rest, though. They are, I'm not sure if they've killed Comb yet. I saw Gucci was running towards it. Looks like he's now in Aqueduct, probably farming for XP. He's probably behind in levels. So yeah, Dresso, pardon me, DeadandDoom is now continuing the Comb run.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch the pros and kind of listen in to how they're communicating with each other, and you can kind of tell that they know the pressure is really on them, to put it lightly. And what's not helping is there's people in each of their chats kind of saying like, hey, CuteDog is here, he's here, and the gap is just growing and growing and growing. So I'm sure that they see, I'm sure this is kind of weighing on them mentally. for sure. Because they know they're trying their hardest, and honestly, they're doing fantastic. Like, the pros are, every single one of them are doing great. A rip here and there, but hey, that's fine. And nothing they're doing is helping close the gap. It's just actually making it worse. So that's got to be frustrating.
It's definitely frustrating to be trying your hardest and still be so far behind.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of knew the rules going in, so I'm sure it's not too bad. At least I hope it's not too bad. Hopefully morale is not at an all-time low at the moment. Maybe we can get a level update from one of our stats guys or something. See if CuteDog is close to equipping his headhunter yet. I'm very curious. Being level 40 is, I'd say, somewhat over-leveled for Kitava, but maybe you can go in with some pretty cool headhunter buffs and just like one-shot him.
Mm-hmm. Do you actually think CuteDog will hit 40 just to put on a headhunter? Because I don't think he needs to.
He definitely does not need to.
Yeah.
I think he'll definitely hit 38 for the goal, since you can call out ads in the fight to get the shrine buffs. But level 40 for headhunter would be for the show at that point.
Mm-hmm. And seeing what he's been doing with the BM here and there and the swag and all this and everything, I wouldn't put it past him just to push 40, just so he could put on the headhunter.
Yeah, I definitely think he should, but we'll see what he does. So update from chat is he is currently level 35, so 5 levels away from level 40 to equip that headhunter, 3 levels away from equipping the goal. Looks like he's about to level, so 2 levels away to equip the goal. Get an even faster move speed with acceleration shrines and the sort.
Jeez, man. I think 5 levels will take him, what would you say that would take him at his current pace in Act 5?
10 minutes maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It was like maybe 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So he easily can afford that if he wants to really BM and put on the headhunter just for the extra swag. If he really wants to, he can easily afford the time loss.
Looks like the pros are going to set maybe a 120 Malachi, which will be a world record for Malachi overall. That's pretty nuts. They're setting a world record and they're still losing.
That's what I'm trying to say this whole time. Like, the pros are not making many mistakes. Their strats are on point. They've practiced them. They're executing their plan. They've had only 2 rips in total, maybe 3, something like that. But yeah, they're absolutely pushing the limits right now, and they still can't make any time up, and they're just losing ground.
So to go back and what you said earlier about getting other racers such as Hellman, Grotha and stuff like that, making their own teams and competing in a similar event. So while this is a for fun special event, right, where you have 3 pros going against one guy with super twinked out gear, shows like it really makes the players push it to the limit. Like if this race did not exist, would we see people setting world records, for Malachi, Dominus, etc.? I don't know.
I think the main factor is it's not a hardcore race for the pros, so they can afford to really push it to the limit and maybe do something that they might not do in a hardcore setting. But if you're factoring in just like a softcore world record, then I absolutely agree with you. I think it takes this type of pressure and this type of event to really bring out the world records and the speed and the strats from the pros. Really give them that extra motivation.
Exactly. Do you think a 2v2 or 3v3 would bring similar results in terms of like world record pushing and the like?
3 versus 3 would be amazing to watch. And 2 versus, both. I would love to see both, honestly. And, it would be cool to see like Cream and Garotha come back and be like a team or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I would pay to see that. That'd be so much fun.
That would be pretty awesome to watch and pretty scary as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Cream back in his prime as a Templar. I want to see that again. We need to make that happen somehow.
I've seen him lurking in these events. I think the first event he's like, "Hey man, what's this?" I'm like, "Oh, we're running races." Like, "Oh man," like he's kind of excited for it. So we might see him come back.
That would be really entertaining. That would be amazing for the entire community to be able to watch Cream get back into his prime as a Templar. I want to say he's probably one of the best Templar racers I've ever seen in his prime. He was a monster, and hopefully we get to see him come back and show how it's done as a Templar racer, as a caster. So it was pretty cool.
On that note, though, we've noticed there's a common trend that people that go and push the IRL ladder, they come back a bit, quote unquote, washed up. Many people attributing that adjective to myself, So We'll be curious to see if Cream is washed up or not when he makes his epic return. You saw
the way
Garatha's
Cream is-
return today, and he did not look washed up at all.
Garatha was playing earlier yesterday, and I was watching his stream, and he looks to be in really good shape. He was leveling a Scion, putting up really good times, and he's pretty rusty. So Garatha's definitely shaking off the rust. Maybe Crane back in, but yeah. And I'd love to see Helmet. I call him Helmet, but Helmet. It'd be cool to see him come back. Yeah. Helmet, the same thing. It'd be great to see him come back once he gets back from all the hurricane business. I'm currently dealing with Irma internet issues still, but Hellman got it a lot worse than I did. So it'd be cool to see him come back when he is all back up and running. Because he's a fantastic racer to watch. He's always he does it so effortlessly. You know what I mean? So 3 racers I want to see come back in these events definitely is Garatha, Cream, and Helmet for sure.
Indeed, I definitely have to see some of the old school racers make a return. Hopefully we can entice them back with this racing format.
Mm-hmm.
I believe CuteDog is about to start the Innocence fight in maybe 30 seconds. So I've seen many players just get absolutely demolished by Innocence. I think Innocence is honestly pretty easy, but with a Stone Gear, this should be a joke.
With CuteDog's gear, yeah, it's probably going to be trivialized, but he did come close to dying against Innocence yesterday, I think. I think it was Innocence. I can't remember, but I remember the DPS to be out of control where he didn't even do the bullet hell phase. The DPS just pushed him into 2 phases, 3 phases, boom, done.
That's crazy.
Pretty impressive. Yeah.
On the side, we see the pros on Malachi at the 117 mark, which is actually a world record. I've never seen a below sub 120 Malachi before. For SSF standards, this is pretty insane. DeadandDoom doing the tagging for the group looks to be the most geared out of their party. Nugiyen and Gucci waiting in town and zoning in right after. CuteDog's instance fight is going so well. He's just like in the mandatory ad phases right now. Once the ad phases are over, it's almost instantly back into it.
Mm-hmm. It's very similar to when you one-shot a Zeri split phase. That's kind of like you just push phase to phase to phase.
Exactly.
That's essentially what he's doing to Innocence right now, which is just you don't see this. Like, it's so rare to see this type of damage output while this level.
Gucci going really low, opting not to pot till very late. DeadandDoom also going extremely low, potioning up eventually. Killing Malachi 118.35. I don't even know. That was like 1 HP.
Is that a world record? I honestly want to say that's one of the fastest Malachi kills I've seen.
It is a world record for Malachi kill. To my knowledge, I have not seen a faster party kill or a faster solo kill. I believe DeadandDoom does have the record with 122 to my knowledge, but that was in patch 2.6, and we are significantly faster in this patch with the Onslaught gem.
Mm-hmm. So let's just put that into perspective one more time, that the pros are putting on world records, essentially, or very close to, and there's still an act behind. Like, they can't do any better if they tried. They're like, wow. They can only hope for CuteDog to maybe rip 7-8 times at this point. That's their only hope. It's their only hope.
You definitely see a pretty cool argument in favor of there is no skill in PoE, it's all gear. What are your thoughts on that matter? I know Big Chicken is a big supporter of the fact that there is no skill in PoE, it's only gear.
Gear obviously helps tremendously, but when you're dealing with racing, you can have the best gear in the world and you can still get lost in zones, not know where to go. So when it comes to racing, I think it's a good part of gear, but also you have to know what you're doing. I mean, and CuteDog obviously put in the effort. If you saw his first run, it was not that good. He was getting lost. He didn't know where to go. And now look at him, he practiced, and now he's shaved off good 20, 30 minutes off his time. Like, it definitely skills involved when you're talking about racing. Mapping and stuff like that, but competitive racing, obviously skills involved plus gear. It's a combination of both.
I can definitely agree with that statement. Some people in chat are saying CuteDog is a noob enough to be honest. Should have banned him from practicing. Thoughts on that?
I've heard this brought up a couple times, especially on Reddit. I mean, he's a veteran player. He's been playing the game for 4 years, something like that. So he definitely knows how to play path. He's leveled numerous characters before. obviously this is 3.0, new leveling system, new leveling process, but he knows how to play the game. He's got multiple level 100s. He's not a noob when it comes to this game. So racing noob, possibly, but
yeah, I was just about to mention having multiple level 100s does not necessarily translate to being a GOAT racer. So I think it's safe to say he's considered a noob in this racing format.
Right, absolutely. And getting multiple 100s gives you experience with the game, though, like mechanics, this, that, and the other. So it does help, but it's not a direct correlation to being a good racer. Absolutely. I agree.
Breaking news on CuteDog's screen. He just took the time to summon an animate guardian. I did not see what gear he equipped, but I imagine it's the curse staff. I think I saw a leer cast, and I think there's one more specific item that's I'm forgetting right now. Maybe it'll come to me in a second. He summoned on it. Definitely leer cast and dying breath so far.
Why would he summon? Does this quantify as BM or what?
I think it's just min-maxing.
Yeah.
Just min-maxing at this point. So the anime guardian could die pretty easily though, and he could lose those 3 alchemy orbs. Probably not a big setback for Mr. Money Dog here.
Yeah, pretty much. Money team, money. But do you think CuteDog's going to be going for 40? I can't tell with the way he's leveling right now. I'm not sure if he's going to go for 40 for.
I think he should go to 40 just for the put on a show. Yeah, exactly. For the sport of it, put on a show. But I don't think he will. Wow, 124. He's already in the zone before Kitava. This is. It's over. It's pretty much over at this point. We kind of said it early on when he killed Merville at like the 11-minute mark, but wow.
I was trying to hold hope for these guys, I don't want to call it over literally at the start of the race, 12 minutes in. You don't want to be like, there's no way. But as the race has gone on, as you've seen the gap grow exponentially bigger, with the pros putting on world records nonetheless, and the gap is still growing, it's looking pretty bleak. Like I said, been saying multiple times, the only way the pros have a remote shot is if the Kitava fight goes terribly for CuteDog. And to make things interesting, he did have trouble on Kitava yesterday. He died 3 times. So it could get out of hand, but it's a long shot.
Indeed. If he dies 4 times to Kitava, that will be plus 16 minutes, which is approximately how far behind they are right now, I would imagine.
I mean, they are end Act 5. The pros are. They're making their way through. I think they've made up some time against CuteDog, honestly.
It seems to be pretty close. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that statement.
They're now in the same act. I mean, that's saying something. They weren't for the longest time. I think this might be the first time they've been in the same act since the start of the race.
I think you might be correct on that. Maybe get someone to double check. That is the case.
So it's good to see. I honestly believe they've made up some time, for sure.
Indeed, they should be fighting Innocence very soon. Should be a very quick fight in the party as long as they tag it appropriately. I don't know if she re-instances her HP during his after each minion phase. So we'll see how they handle that tagging there.
Yeah, the tagging is gonna be interesting, but as Uber Elite mentioned in chat, this could be close. He thinks it might be like a 5-minute, 10-minute race. They're really closing the gap, according to Uber Elite. And I usually take what Uber Elite says pretty seriously. He knows his stuff, so maybe the pros are starting to catch up. You can easily tell they're catching up right now. They've closed the gap.
So they're going to be at Innocence in approximately, I'd say 2 minutes if they go as fast as possible. DeadandDoom is just, not DeadandDoom, CuteDog has just entered the Cathedral rooftop, so he's around a minute from Kitava. He's going to have to die a couple times. And wow,
yeah,
he looks really tanky.
He does, and I think to make this even remotely close, I think he's going to have to die at a bare minimum 4 times. That's going to put like a 16 minutes. Actually, that was 16 minutes advantage or deficit to his time. So I think that would make things interesting. Maybe 3 times, maybe rips 3 times, but he needs to die in this Kitava fight to have the pros to make a shot here.
Looks like the other 2 pros are literally just waiting in town just so they can instantly go in for the boss if they do not want to do any other gear upgrades. We even see Gucci Paras in chat right now, just waiting for Dead and Doom to get instant.
And they're doing this correctly. The pros are not making mistakes. This is how you're supposed to do it. They're on point. Like I can't stress this enough. They're putting in the work. They have the strategies down pat. They're not making mistakes, and so they're doing everything that possible. Oh, look how close Dead and Doom almost got to dying there.
He almost was dead and doomed, one might say.
Oh, hey. Nicely done, man.
Thank you.
I like it. Well done.
Looks like they are not TPing out during the after each minion phase. So, from my understanding, it will be tagged 1 player HP.
It looks like... So, I'm noticing CuteDog killing things when he doesn't have to. So...
I think he's going for 40. I think he just at level 40 and he's going to go Pet Hunter now.
I think so, man. I think he's going to go for the ultimate BM and put on the Headhunter when he doesn't have to.
The pros did TP out for phase 2 Kitava. Or not Kitava, my apologies. Phase 2 Innocence, so they have tagged at 1 player HP.
Yeah. And the damage output against...
Gucci just died. Yeah. There's no death penalty for the pros in this event.
But, you know, I think they're taking advantage. I think they all kind of went into these type of boss fights knowing, hey, listen, we have no death penalty. We can afford to die. Let's just push the absolute most damage we can. Let's not care about dying. We have to. CuteDog is at Kitava. Let's see.
He was even speccing his passive tree during the Kitava fight.
This is going to be the make or break moment for the pros here. Oh, he's died once already. I'm telling you guys, he died 3 times yesterday. We got 1 rip already. That's
I think you're a bit ahead of me by approximately 5 seconds. It's a bit of a spoiler there, so that is plus 4 minutes. Will that be enough for the pros to catch up?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to say he only rips 3 times like he did yesterday. The heart phase seemed to be the major issue. He died at the heart phase, went right in and died instantly afterwards. So let's see how he handles the heart phase. If he makes it out alive here, then he might only escape with only 1 rip on this.
He does have a regeneration front right now, so unless he gets one shot with essentially 1900, 2000 HP, it's not going to happen. But he zones out. Why is he zoning out?
I don't understand that. Oh, he's dipping down to... Oh, wow. Wow, CuteDog cut it close right there.
Oh, my. 200 HP. Potioning back up. I don't know if 3 Quicksilvers is the correct scenario here. Does the faster you move, the more DPS you do, but he's opting to refill flask after every fight. He's praying to RNGesus.
Yeah, the pros need him to rip at least 3 times here, and they only got 1 so far, so... Like I said, this could be it for the pros, depending on how this fight turns out.
Find the second heart. He's going pretty easy, no problem so far. Hasn't dipped yet. Lost a bit of ES, but regened it right away.
Look at the damage output. Incredible.
Oh, going a bit low. Dodges the star Kitava attack. Oh, and he dies 2nd time.
Oh,
Death 2nd time. Oh my god. You might be correct with your guess of 3 deaths right now.
Yeah, I think it might be 3. We'll see though.
This is going to be a race to the end.
Okay, so 8 minutes off of his time.
Or on top of his time, indeed.
On top of his time.
So if you're looking at his timer, when his character goes down and receives the death penalty, the resist penalty from Kitava. Oh, he stopped his timer though. So I guess we'll add maybe like 5-10 seconds off this. He's playing in the garbage truck. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but I think he's having a victory speech at the moment. I believe that was around 132, let's say, plus 8, so maybe 140.
Yeah.
You can get someone
I
else
think
to
there's
get
like
exact times later on.
I think it might be like a 139. I'm seeing somebody in this chat say 139.32 with the 8-minute ad addition to it. So I think it was like a 132, might be a 140, something like that. So 139, 140.
Gucci actually saying his timer is inaccurate for some reason. Maybe he can expand on that for us at some point. Apparently he started this timer late. Ooh, that is actually breaking news. If we can get someone to investigate that issue and see how late he started this timer, maybe the pros will actually win. Oh my goodness. CuteDog playing on unethical tactics on top of his twink gear.
Winning on a technicality?
I mean, you can't start your timer late. It's more than a technicality, I would say. That's like breaking the rules.
Right, but yeah.
Trying to pull a fast one on the commentators.
Yeah, we need to confirm how late that was, but even still, we'll go with the time that we saw on the stream. That's going to put him at a 139.32 or at least a 140.32. The pros don't think they're going to be able to catch up at that point. They need the CuteDog to die at least 3 or 4 times. That obviously was going to happen. So
he did die twice, so if he did start his timer late, I believe the pros actually have a chance here. They're at the 132 mark. They're running to Kitava right now. Honestly, even if he did start his timer late, they might actually win. Wow. What? How did he get to Kitava so fast?
That's insane. DeadandDoom. What? What the hell? How did he do that? I'm watching it and I still don't know how he did it. That's oh my god. He's a beast.
Yeah, he honestly is a beast. I'm amazed right now. Like, I'm actually speechless. Like, what? I swear they were like 15 minutes behind or something? 20 minutes behind?
At one point, CuteDog was ahead by at least 20 to 25 minutes. Somehow in Act 5, they were able to shave off that huge lead. That's...
Oh, no! DeadandDoom died to Harbinger Pack.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
They have 5 minutes left. For some reason, DeadandDoom's timer is a minute behind Gucci's timer. I don't know why. Perhaps they started the race at different times, so... We're gonna need someone to examine all the VODs carefully to see what the correct time is. Because this might just be a couple second difference at this point.
Yeah, Uber Elite was right. He called it. He was going to be like, he said it might be a 5-minute race, and here we are. It's coming down to the wire.
According to chat, DeadandDoom's stream is delayed, so DeadandDoom's stream may be delayed by a whole minute right now.
Interesting. This entire race, CuteDog has been demolishing and absolutely just destroying the leveling process, and now here we go. The pros are making up the time in Act 5. It seemed to be CuteDog's weakness when he did his race yesterday, dying to Kitava 3 times, but I didn't think the pros would be able to catch up this quick. It was quite impressive.
Looks to be more than a... It looks to be mostly a timer delay, not a stream delay, since right as DeadandDoom got to Kitava, the pros entered in on their respective streams. 3 portals up, they're ready for this. They're leaping, they're slamming, and they're sundering. Gucci and Nugi zoning out per phase to make sure they tag everything 1 player HP. They might actually win. My goodness. I can't even handle this right now. CuteDog might actually lose with that level of gear, which we can go over again after the race.
I don't see how that's insane if it does happen.
Yeah, I'm like honestly speechless right now. I just want to watch. Well, any of them die too. I haven't seen anyone die yet. I've seen a couple people go low. They've dodged all star Kitava attacks so far. Damage is looking very good. All they need to do is kill the heart.
Very good. Yep. This is where the expertise from racing just really starts to show, because they have a lot more kills on Kitava. This is a lot more experience in Act 5, and it's really starting to show.
Yeah, this is honestly amazing right now. Zoning out perfectly.
And CuteDog made like little mistakes. Like he played it really well. You could tell he practiced
Oh.
and did extremely well. But
Gucci and Nugi going down. DeadandDoom hopefully does not tilt that his teammates have died. At the 137 mark on Gucci's timer right now. 2 minutes left on that timer. 3 on DeadandDoom's timer. We'll have to figure out who has the correct timer later on. I believe there is one. They have one hard phase and one Kitava phase left, correct?
mm-hmm. To my knowledge, yes.
They're on the final hard phase, and they'll be followed by one more Kitava phase. They are allowed to die as much as they want. There are no death penalties for the pros, because this is basically an impossible event for them. Gucci going very low. Nugi dying. DeadandDoom almost dying. He lives. Gucci almost dying as well, and he lives as well. Nugi almost dying again. These guys are very sketchy. Gucci down. They have 1 minute and 30 seconds left, based on Gucci's timer.
Mm-hmm. And they're just going for it, knowing that they have no rip penalty. They're just like, might as well, hey, just put all the damage we can. If we die, we die. This is the only way we're going to be able to do it. So
DeadandDoom also going down. They're getting demolished by this card. They're just throwing bodies at it right now.
Yeah. They're trying to apply as much damage as they can, but it's just not killing the heart fast enough.
There's like 1 minute left. Come on, guys, you got this. Oh, no, they started. I believe starting the last phase. It's tagged. Pros are zoning in. Just need to damage them enough, and they will have this in the bag.
They're going for the Zerg strat, essentially, and I think it's the best strat for them since they have no penalty. They might as well take advantage of it, you know?
Yep, they should take full advantage of it. Gucci going down. Takes the fist to his face. Only has, looks like 784 HP. It's not a lot. I think the pros have done it. This is the last phase, right? I think they won. Oh my god. Yo, they actually won. What?
Oh,
what?
What?
They actually won. Based on Gucci's timer, they actually won. Oh my god. What?
Useless.
150 exalts lost to 3 pros solo southbound. There definitely is skill in PoE. Wow. How did CuteDog lose? What? Oh my god. They actually won.
This entire race, CuteDog was just demolishing. We're just like, yeah, there's no shot. You know what I mean? Like, he was up 20, 30 minutes at one point.
If CuteDog did not put on his empty hux, did not summon the Animate Guardian, or
good point,
do that 8 exalt trade.
Yeah. If he didn't do a little bit of the showboating a little bit with the trades and the MTX and taking a little bit of time here and there to do some of the stuff that he was doing, that would have actually maybe cost him the race at the end.
Oh my god, I'm actually speechless right now. So
because that kill was what, maybe it took maybe 50 seconds with all the stuff that he was doing with the MTX trades and stuff like that, maybe a minute, and that was the difference between this kill.
Yeah, if they took 30 more seconds based on Gucci's timer, they would have lost. And CuteDog would have won. Wow.
Wow.
Those tiny mistakes that CuteDog made added up. I don't even know what to say right now. I think we should jump right into the Pro Gamer channel. I have an interview with them right now.
Go for it. I agree.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
What's up,
Hey.
guys? Well done.
I think next time you gotta let CuteDog have a partner because it seems he can't beat us.
Beating out 150 exalts in items with pure skill. Solo self-found, by the way. Wow, like, how are you guys feeling right now?
I mean, it's
It was looking pretty grim, but then we heard he had 2 deaths, and then we got pretty pumped.
Yeah, that shit's so scary though, running X5 at level 31.
Now, he was ahead by like 20 minutes at one point, 30 minutes at one point.
Yeah.
Did you guys start to get a little bit defeated? Because I was kind of listening into your team comms a little bit, and it kind of sounded like, you know, the morale was a little bit low. Did that happen?
it was low, man.
I mean, I was never expecting to win this.
No.
Just because he fucked up in that dice. But like, what level did he finish at? Like 38 or something?
He finished at 40 because he wanted to get level 40
Yeah.
to equip
Like, we just went full YOLO at level 30. I just ran everything. They waited in town and helped on the boss kill.
Dude, you went from Innocence to Kitava so fast. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was actually
Oh, we
crazy.
fucked up the Innocence too. We accidentally 3-player tank in
Yeah.
second phase.
Yeah, it was quite impressive to see the time that you guys made up from Act 4 into Act 5. That's where you guys were really behind, and all of a sudden you just were able to cut that lead down. How were you guys able to do that? Just
DeadandDoom.
I just left for everything.
So DeadandDoom essentially just running as fast as he could,
Yeah.
cutting down that lead. Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes down to like experience as well, right? Running those zones correctly, and then leaping. Leaping is probably faster than Quicksilvering around, even with all his gear. Because if he's running Abra throughs, how much do they have like on movement speed? They don't have that much, do they?
You should honestly just have a bright big weapon swap and go with that.
So I don't think we're actually slower in the running part, and then we were getting the good damage in the end. So I think that helped a lot.
Now, do you think the experience from running Act 5 a lot more definitely played a factor into that as well? I mean, it had to. With DeadandDoom speed, I mean, we were looking at CuteDog Street, and all of a sudden you would see DeadandDoom was at the rooftop already. I'm like, wait, how? It happened so fast.
We put a TP, right? So you can skip certain areas where if you do the split strategy, obviously. So when he entered Ossuary, I went ahead and put a TP at the rooftop. So he clicked the thing, TP to town, and took my TP immediately, and he was on the rooftops.
Oh wow, that's actually insane! I did not know you could do that.
Didn't know that either.
That's very fast. Sorry.
And unfortunately, we saw the rip to the Harbinger pack. Like, there's nothing you could have done there. I mean, I was
without a man, I couldn't leave.
Yeah, and I like how you guys, like, at first you weren't really taking advantage of the Zerg strats, where you didn't, a rip wouldn't really cost you anything, but at the end against Kitava, I think that was the best strat. You just deserved it, because...
No, you don't want to die even there.
I was expecting the heart to die way earlier. I don't know why I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Seeing the heart phase, you guys kind of went down a few times, but it was effective because, one person was always in there applying damage, so it looked like it worked for you guys.
I think if you want to go as fast as possible, you don't want to die at all. Like all of the damage in there. If you have enough damage and you're just putting down the smoke screens, and you have the three-man sunder and all the ads, like the ads will never accumulate to where they can actually kill you, and they're always blinded. So you should never actually die. So you can have much more damage. Every time someone dies, you lose DPS. So you don't want to have anyone dying at any point.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you run into any issues early on, like in Act 1 or Act 2? Because I saw with Act 1, it seemed to look like... So, I wanted to ask you guys about the 3-mule strat. Like, you all muled as duelists. Can you explain why you guys did that?
Comfort.
It's also so we could get 2 TPs and we could all get an iron ring.
Okay. Yeah, because me and Averick were wondering like why all 3 of you would mule in a party race, but that makes complete sense.
I think with practice and from all the party races I used to do, and from having followed Morse's team as well a lot, it takes a lot of iterations before you actually start saving time, changing up to like certain roles. Like you would have a caster doing like immediately just going to the tidal islands, and the like accumulating currency has to be on point so you never run out of TPs and all that. Mm-hmm. So I think with practice, you easily cut off. I think what was our time in Act 1?
20 minutes.
Yeah, you want to do that like 16, 17. Like, that's like a regular run. That should be like a normal party run.
But there's just so much that needs to go right in a party race. Like it's so hard to get all the currency you need.
Yeah, and it was really impressive your Malachi kill time. That was really impressive.
Yeah, I think that was actually a world record. I haven't seen a faster Malachi time yet.
We died a couple times. But...
Like the Malachi you can cut down as well.
We could definitely get sub 115.
Yeah.
I think now, how many? Sorry, real quick. How many practice runs did you end up doing yesterday? Because I saw you did 2. Was there any more after that?
We just did 1.
We did 1.
We did 1 together, and then I know DeadandDoom and Gucci, you did 1 as well, right?
We tried out the shadow thing.
It didn't really work out.
So you did 1 full group, and then you kind of individually were practicing. Okay, gotcha. That's pretty impressive because you guys had good synergy for considering, you only had 1 group practice. That's actually quite impressive.
I'd say it went better than the practice run.
It did, for sure. Yeah. We had a lot more TPs. There was no like
Yeah.
point in time where we weren't.
Oh, I fucked up in
people
Broken Bridge,
immediately.
though. I didn't have a
Oh.
TP when I Kraken, so I
Ah,
it's like
okay.
30 seconds gone, right?
I remember watching your practice from yesterday on Gucci stream, and TP scrolls were a major thing.
Yeah.
And I brought that up on stream. I was like, yeah, I remember you guys talking about that and how it was going to be a major strat for you guys to have TPs ready and have enough.
I think we started farming like our own instances pretty early as well. Like this time we started like soloing at Prisoner's Gate.
Yeah.
Like, and with how player quant works, like it just worked out better.
And same with also.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably even plus, it's just solo fun. Because of Onslaught.
I honestly feel like it's I'm not even sure at some point whether or not it's worth like going to the farm zones if you have to TP into to everyone because I can't. It's very tough to keep up with DeadandDoom because he's always going forward and XPing, right? So we go to town and wait a little bit, and all that time he's like killing a few packs, and so you're constantly like falling behind. Like after they nerf the level zones, it's so hard to keep up with the actual runner on XP.
Yeah, you definitely saw that happening. Where DeadandDoom, you'd be in town waiting, you were waiting at Oak and stuff like that, and DeadandDoom would be killing stuff and getting some XP. He was always a little bit ahead of both you guys.
Yeah, it's hard to get that right.
Yeah.
How much spin do you have, Gucci?
270.
Good luck, dude.
Looks like our participants are doing some PvP on the side right now.
Oh, wait.
But Gucci's got 270 ping, so it's not really fair.
Oh.
On the topic of ping, did latency become an issue at all during the race?
Yeah.
6 towns.
Mainly during times. If Gucci makes a time, like, it's so hard to do anything with 350 ping, dude.
Well, we can't farm together either, well, right? Because I had to give up my Quicksilver. And so in Act 1, I had a really rough time because I couldn't Quicksilver between packs. And I couldn't do Gucci's zone. So I had to farm with that.
I remember,
No.
I remember yesterday's practice, you guys, there's latency when you zoned in as Gucci. It's 260 plus like ping zone. So that wasn't an issue for you guys? Like you didn't really have to run into that too much, or
Just the towns, it's about it.
Yeah. I mean, Gucci is used to it a little bit, but me or Nugiyen.
yeah, Gucci's been racing with that for years now. I don't know how he does it. It's a mystery to me.
Eventually, when the racing scene gets big, we can afford some gaming houses for our professional gamers. That being said, do you guys have any final closing thoughts on this type of race? Was this a race you guys would want to do again?
I mean,
I'd
I
like
think
to
next time.
see real party races.
Real party races. Oh,
That's something I would like to see.
2v2s, 3v3s?
We get 4
like,
teams and we
4
go.
teams. Oh, okay. Like how big are the teams?
I think there have to
3.
be 4 players.
4
Maybe
players.
3? I don't know.
3 to 4
seems-
basically.
3 would be cool.
Yeah. It'll probably work.
4 teams of 3, and maybe we bring back some of the old school racers. Maybe get Garatha and Crane back, and
I can guarantee you there's plenty of racers out there who wants to come back for stuff like that.
Then people who can't stream are also able to participate because you only need one dude streaming, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
feel
that's a
like, I
big
feel like
thing.
2v2 would be stronger since we can showcase all the players in the party at the same time.
And I know Fightgar can't stream, but he's a hell of a racer, so that would accommodate him because he can come out do these races and he can not worry about streaming. So sounds pretty cool.
Indeed, there are a couple things to work out there. Anyways, thanks again, guys, for racing. Congrats on the win. You guys, wow, pulled through at the end. That was a photo finish. Congrats
Yeah,
again.
congratulations, guys. Amazing.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
All right, Cap, let's go and get CuteDog in here and let's begin our interview with him.
Yeah. Are we in now? Yeah, we're in now. Yo!
Hey, what's
Yo,
up,
what's up,
CuteDog?
Hello, my friend. Hold on, let me turn off the stream because I have double echo in here. 1 second.
Oh, you can keep your stream on. You can go full.
No, I'm talking about
tank,
yours.
yeah?
I was watching, me and Mr. Lama were watching.
Ah,
yours.
okay.
Hello, my friends.
Hey.
Dog, man, what is
Ooh.
up?
Ooh, my heart is heavy. My heart is heavy. I really thought I had that early
Dude,
on.
I thought you had it too. Oh,
PMA
my.
was oof. I was ahead for a while. I had a lot of PMA in the chat. Woo! But you
Yeah.
know, no excuses. You know, they did amazing. That was they shaved off a lot of time, contrary to like I think Ray's the other day. He was saying stuff like, "There's no way they can shave off like more than a few minutes in party if they haven't practiced a lot before." So it is really fucking fast.
Yeah, you were ahead, CuteDog. The entire stream basically. We were just like, man, 20 minutes ahead, 30 minutes ahead. We were just, you're making trades where like he should do lab just to BM him even more, And then they caught up. Like, I don't know how they pulled it off. Honestly, we were watching the entire time, and it was. I don't know how they shaved off that much time. Nobody expected that, man.
There was a point when I was in Act 5 and someone said they're in Act 4 and they're like gonna kill Kitava in a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was already in like the control blocks and stuff. So I was like, yeah, okay. And I never took the foot off the gas or anything. I was like just playing as usual. I thought I had it, but they outdid me. There's a lot of speed in that last act. I was looking at DeadandDoom like leap slam all over the place after I'd gotten done. I was like, oh shit. That's actually like faster than me running.
Yeah, they were actually mentioning maybe doing like a Brightbeak swap for you and just leap slamming instead of Quicksilver. But honestly, nobody thought that they would win. Like, to be fair, like you weren't complacent on your gear, which was quite impressive. Like you could have just been like, yeah, whatever, I got this OP gear, I don't have to practice, but you put the time and effort in the show.
I did.
And
put in time.
I mean, at one point you're a full act ahead of them, and it was just not looking good. Honestly, so.
It was pretty dirty. Like we were theorycrafting what you were gonna say in your victory speech and stuff like that. It got to that point, and then
dude, I don't know. It was I felt like I was so ahead, and especially I was looking at chat and everyone was like, "Dude, you are miles ahead." But still, I didn't like take the. Felt like I made like one trade, but that took what 20 seconds. Maybe, and then
I mean, 8x is 8x, so
yeah, I had to get the monies, and then what else? I had the Anime Guardian fiasco, like died right away as I got it going.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I was like, that was like a little bit of BM I shouldn't have done, but that was my bad. It like died instantly, and like going back to town doesn't heal it apparently. So I don't know.
It was so funny.
But
I see you just spend the time and effort to put it up and get it up and running, and then it died within like 30 seconds.
Dude, it was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. But yeah, I don't know. I'll train hard. Maybe in the future weeks we can have another one like this. And I think that the deaths early on was pretty bad. Not early on. Early in the Kitava fight was really bad. It was like easily avoidable. AoE. First one was like an AoE coming in that I definitely saw, but I was like, whatever. So yeah, definitely a lot of things to improve.
What do you think about do you kind of hindsight 2020? Do you kind of regret making that trade and putting on MTX and doing Anime Guardian and all that?
No, I mean it's all fun, right? Like I usually hate leveling. I mean, not as much as like Empyrean, right? You're gonna see some misery from Empyrean.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Race. But like I like leveling with that kind of stuff, and that's everyone always asks like, hey, how do you level this build and that build? And I always say I level as Abrass Hoops because it's so like relaxing to me, right? I get to look at chat the whole time. I don't need to like really do anything. And so this event was a fun time, right? All the way through. Like I had never min-maxed it to like the level that I had yesterday. And even that, it's not min-maxed for like the fastest possible, right? It's just min-maxed for the way I like to level all my characters. So like looking at DeadandDoom's leap slam and stuff, I'm pretty sure like if I went like shield charge or leap slam or something like that, I could go faster with maybe like Brightbeak shield charge or something like that. But then the game doesn't become as fun as me. I probably wouldn't have done the race. So.
Well, I mean, it was a hell of a run. Honestly, I was quite impressed. I was giving you props the entire race because you can tell that you put in the effort. I was watching your stream yesterday and I saw that you're racing, you're trying to min-max your time, and it's definitely give you some respect for that because you could have just become complacent, and you did not, and you definitely put in a really good showing. And this entire stream, we thought Havoc and I and everybody in chat were just like, "Yo, CuteDog's got this in a bag," he's just destroying them.
But this is actually, I mean, I think this is big because you can see that like I've always said on stream that if there is skill in PoE, it comes down to racing. It's not like being able to play a fast build or kill shape or anything. It does it. The only skill that I can see in PoE is from racing. So that's pretty incredible. I mean, I practiced twice. I like definitely didn't slack on this one. First time I got 135. Second time I got 125 last night, and this one was what 131, something like that.
131.
So,
yep.
I mean, it's pretty to be expected. But yeah, I'm very it's pretty crazy. I mean, this is a good thing though. Like I'm excited to see more like party races in the future where people go even faster. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I knew that I saw your last run in Kitava gave you some issues. I think you ripped like 3 times in your last run, and I thought
that's
maybe
4 times. Yeah, but the last one I was going pretty like I wasn't when I got to Kitava I was like, oh okay, this is so fast because I had gotten 125 or when I got to him it was like 120 something like early. But my first one I died once, so I was like feeling really confident. I was like, oh, I can avoid the incoming AOE thing where it like zooms in. So it's disappointing, but like I said, I'm gonna train hard, and if we have these things in the future, I'd be more than happy to participate again and embarrass myself again.
I think we'll definitely run this event again. On the note, you specifically requested Rise QT for this event because you want to be like, hey, I beat Rise QT because you view him as a big racer. Let's say, I believe he actually dodged all race events this weekend just because of this race.
I mean, he's gone for like 5 days. I mean, it's probably because he was scared to go against my god tier commentary and my god tier racing skills. But I'll tell you what, the reason I was so excited for this race is because if I had won this race, I would be able to like put a command in my channel to say forever that I beat DeadandDoom and
undefeated
in a party and I beat him. And now I can't say that. But there's gonna be future races and we'll see what happens there. It's very fun. I hope you guys had fun casting.
Oh, we definitely loved casting it. It was humongous
absolutely.
fun.
It was fun all around for sure. It was really fun to watch. Like the speed that you were killing bosses at and running through stuff, it was just like you don't see that. You know, it was pretty crazy. So
yeah, it was fun. Props to all the other racers.
All right, thanks again, CuteDog, for joining us.
See you guys in the next event.
I'd see you in around an hour from now. Yeah, around
Bye bye.
Bye
bye.
All right, that was a very fun event indeed. Wow, photo finish. I want to get a VOD of that later on. That was exciting.
I didn't expect that entire stream. We're just like, wow, this is going to be a blowout. You know, we were saying what CuteDog's victory speech was going to be, etc., etc., and then the pros showing why they are actually pros and labeled pros because they're actually able to pull it off at the end. Photo finish, as you said. Shocked, absolutely shocked, and well worth. Very entertaining, and can't ask for much more, man. It was amazing.
It was definitely a very fun race. Thanks again for joining me in this race, Blastingcap.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. It's been a blast. No pun intended.
It's been a blast.
So yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat real quick, get a beverage, and then get ready for my race, which is in an hour, and I'm probably gonna come in fourth. So no bullet.
I believe in you, man. I hope Mike gave you some good coaching last night. I didn't give you I didn't do any VOD reviews or anything. I just gave you like some tips and some quick text tips. So hope you've taken them to heart, and I'll be rooting for you the next event.
Thanks, man. So it's gonna be me and Aperion battling for last, but don't worry. But yeah, thanks for having me, and hopefully I can cast more if you give me the opportunity. It was a blast.
Of course,
hopefully
definitely.
I did it well. So, but yeah, Havoc, thanks again, man. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in about an hour. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you, Blasting. All right, the next event, it's just starting in approximately 1 hour from now, is the streamer event. It is a normal Zaro kill with no restrictions. Participating in this event is Blastingcap, Mosey, Empyrean Gaming, and Engineering Eternity. And casting the event will be CuteDog himself, along with Don the Crown. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be having a short break. Bye-bye.